We got to move into the main event. You have Islam Makhachev defending his belt for the second time against Alex Volkanovski. Islam is actually the minus 225 favorite, and Volk is plus 185, which is a lot closer than it was the very first fight. But Priest, give me your thoughts on this fight, and who do you think is winning?
I'm rocking with Islam Makhachev, but let me talk about a little bit about Alexander the Great Volkanovski. I want to see him bring back those inside leg kicks like how he did against Islam Makhachev. Because whenever he did that, you can see that it started paying a toll on Islam, and he started getting a little bit more fatigued and tired. And Volkanovski has this really good switch where he like lunges in with his right hand, throws the right, and then he comes straight back with the left hand. And we've seen that clip Islam Makhachev, and I have a feeling that he can do that. But Islam Makhachev has one crucial error in his game, and it's that lazy left hand he has a tendency to throw. And we saw Adriano Martins knock him out with a counter right hand punch and flat him out at UFC 192. And I feel like if Alexander Volkanovski has such a high IQ, and if he can pick up on that, I very well think he can beat and knock out Islam Makhachev. But if he doesn't see that, Islam Makhachev is just going to dominate it, take it down to the ground, and maybe we see a Islam Makhachev that does dirty things on the ground like Khabib would, throw the elbows and
be aggressive.
Yeah,
be more aggressive on the ground. And I think that's the one thing that Islam lacks, is he's not that aggressive. He had Volk's back twice, and there wasn't not one submission that looked like it was close to finishing the fight. He had a little bit of a neck crank when it was on his jaw, but that wasn't going to finish Volk. Volk was not going to tap to that. And I think if Islam would just be more aggressive on the ground, he could start finishing a lot more fights. But Alex Volkanovski, man, he is the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the UFC, and I believe that wholeheartedly. And I think in the very first fight, he almost fought a very perfect fight. He was this close from fighting a perfect fight. And I think the one thing that he didn't respect of Islam was his striking. Islam is a great boxer. Do not get that wrong. Everyone thinks that his wrestling outshadows his boxing, but we saw it. He clipped Volk multiple times. And I think Volk didn't respect that. So coming into this fight, he's obviously respecting the wrestling a whole lot more because he did get taken down 4 or 5 times. He is going to respect the boxing a lot more. So I don't think he's just going to sit there in the pocket and trade and think that he can out-trade him. And I think Volk's going to do it, man. I really think he's doing it. I think he needs to come back with the leg kicks like he did, because he did throw a lot of leg kicks in the first fight, but it wasn't till in the 4th and 5th round. And I think the biggest thing, Alex, if you're listening to this, invest in the body. Invest in it. Islam has a great gas tank. He could go 10 rounds, but if from the jump he's coming out and finishing every combination with a body kick or a punch to the body, it is going to pay dividends. And I think that's where Volk can win this fight, is in the 4th and the 5th round. And I think he's going to do it. I think Volk will pull the upset.
Nah.
I think he will. He's the pound-for-pound best. He's very good. Yes, he looks a little chubby in some of the photos, and he's coming off elbow surgery. But he's the best fighter in the entire UFC, and it's not even close. And he will show that this Saturday, so I'm rocking with Volk.
Gosh, I don't know, that elbow surgery thing, man. You can see it like just a couple weeks ago. It was still wrapped up. So that thing ain't healthy, dog. And I think I think
it's a lot like the Kamaru Usman fight too. He filled it on 10 days notice as well. What does he have to lose? He goes out there, he loses to Islam. Oh, I had a surgery. I had 10 days. I saved the card. That's why I'm a champion. And you see it in that video that actually went viral last week of him telling you that you have to challenge yourself in life.
I love challenging myself, you know what I mean? I love putting myself in this position. I think people should always do that in life. If you want to be successful in anything, challenge yourself. It's going to make you stronger. Trust me. I'm twice the man I was before I started this camp, because I knew the challenge ahead of me. I ain't scared of a challenge.
And this is a challenge for him. Not only to fight Islam, but to fight him on 10 days notice. This is a challenge, and he wants to prove it to himself, and he wants to prove it to everyone that he can do it, and I think that he will do it. So that's why I'm rocking with him again.
we'll have to find out on Saturday night.
We'll find out on Saturday. But that's going to do it from the prediction show, like always.